Welcome back, my lovely scholars. This morning we're going to look at writing fractions in words. This is something that is often taken for granted by students, but it's a skill that you should be able to do. So we're going to write some very common fractions in words so that you know how to do that. And we're also going to look at the fractions in words and write them as numerical, their numerical value. Alright, so basically when we're writing fractions in words, we write the numerator first, and then we write the denominator. We write it in the way that you would write an ordinal number. So we don't, there's no first because any number over 1 would be a whole number, right? But the 2 is the exception. You don't use second, so we don't say 1 second, right? But the others, we would write third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and so on. And so we would write the ordinal number. So that indicates that it is a fraction. If the numerator is bigger than 1, generally speaking, for the denominator we'd add an s to the ordinal number as well. So it's 1/4, singular quarter, but 3/4 or 3/4. So bear that in mind. We start by writing the numerator, and then we write the denominator in its ordinal form, third, fourth, fifth. If the numerator is more than 1, so if it's 2 or more, we add an s to the denominator. And the exception is for the half, because we don't say 1 second. So everybody knows our favorite fraction, the half. Some persons just say a half, and some will say 1/2. Both are accepted. Both are acceptable. I personally prefer to say a half, right? Some persons will say 1/2. I prefer to say a third. Some persons will write 1/3. They are both acceptable. A third, 1/3. So remember, when it's just 1 you're taking from it, is singular. The denominator is written as the singular ordinal form. Remember, our ordinal numbers show the order in which things are arranged. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. We have a video on ordinal numbers, so you can go and check that out. So this is a quarter or 1/4. One-fifth with the th, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8, th at the end, right? 1/8, 1/9, 1/10, and so on. Now let's look at some that have more than 1 in the numerator. So this is 2/7. Two parts we're taking out of the 7. So it's 2/7, 4/20. And here we have some improper fractions. We can still write improper fractions in words. So this is 9/4. 9/4 or 9/4. 9/4 or 9/4. 8/3. So 8 is the numerator and thirds. 8 parts. So it's like we're cutting the whole into 3 parts, and we're saying that we're also, this would give us a mixed number, right? We have 2 groups of 3 parts. So it's 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thirds, and then we will get 2 more thirds out of 1 whole. So that's what this means. It's an improper fraction, 8 thirds. So we have 1 whole divided into 3 thirds. That's 3 of them, plus another set, that's 6, and then 2 more from a whole. That's 8 thirds. Alright, so now let's just recap these before we write the words in numerical form. So that's 1/2 or a half, 1/3 or a third, 1/4 or a quarter, 1/5, 1/6. So all of these have 1 at the top in the numerator. 1/7, 1/8, 1/9, 1/10. If the numerator is plural, we're going to put an S in the denominator. And remember, the denominators are written as ordinal numbers, with the exception of the 2. So we don't say 1 second, we say a half. For the others, we put them in the ordinal form, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and so on. 20th, 100th. Alright, so let's change these words now to their numerical fraction form. 1/8. So the first number tells us the numerator. The second part of it tells us the denominator. So that's 1/8. 4/10. 4/10. 6 quarters. So this would give us an improper fraction. 6 quarters. Right? So we'd have 1 whole divided into 4 quarters, and then another whole divided into 4 quarters, and we're taking 2 from that. So this is what 6 quarters look like. So we get 4 quarters from that, and then 2 more quarters. So it's 1.5 then. 6 quarters is 1.5. 9 thirds, another improper fraction, 9 thirds. 2/5. 11/20. 11 as the numerator, 20 as the denominator. The numerator is written first, followed by the denominator. 11/20. 1 and 1/3. 1 as the whole number and 1/3. 10 and a quarter. So 10 and 1/4. 14 and 3/10. 14 is a whole number, 3/10. 9 and 6/8. 9 and 6/8. 2 and 3/4. 2 is a whole number and 3/4. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. Alright, so now we're going to write these mixed numbers as words, in words. So that's 3 and 1/9. 3 and 1/9. Okay. 4 and 2/8. Remember, the numerator is plural, we're going to put 8s. So 4 and 2/8. THS. 7 and 3/11. 7 and 3/11. 5 and a quarter. 18 and a half, 6 3/4, 4 5/30, right? 30th, 8 6/16, so that's 8 and 6/16, 16, and 4 11/13, 4 11/13. Okay, so let's just make one final run and call everybody now. So 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8, 1/9, 1/10, 2/7, 4/20, 9/4 or 9/4, 8/3. And 1/8 is written as 1/8, 4/10, 4/10, 6/4, 6/4, 9/3, 9/3, 2/5, 2/5, 11/20, 11/20, 1 1/3, so these are the mixed numbers, 1 1/3, 10 1/4, 10 1/4, 14 3/10, 14 3/10, 9 6/8, 9 6/8, 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 12 1/2. Oh, sorry, I put 12 and 1/12. It's a good thing I'm coming back over this, right? So it's 12 1/2. That should be 12 and 1/2. 3 1/9, 4 2/8, 7 3/11, 5 1/4, 18 1/2, 6 3/4, 4 5/30, 8 6/16, 4 11/13. Okay. Now you can combine these to create new fractions, and just look at the ones that we have, and you'll be able to write other fractions. Alright, I think all the words or most of the words are represented here, so you should get the basic idea. Alright, so if you have been helped by this video, please drop a comment to say thank you, miss, and share the video to your friends, your classmates, your neighbors, family members, everybody who you think the video can benefit, so that we all can learn math and embrace math as a beautiful subject that it is. Please let me know in the comments which other topics you'd like me to do videos on if they are not already in our catalog. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe now. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my scholars.